Yo, what's good? My name is Jamo, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this displacement glow effect in After Effects. If you guys want to save time and money while editing, check out the complete chaos bundle at jamovfx.com for over 100 great effects, including collages, drawing animations, and paper effects. But enough talking, let's just get right into this. So I got this clip here of DDG. First thing that I went ahead and did is I roto-brushed out my subject. If you don't know how to rotoscope, it's actually very simple. Just look up a tutorial on it. And on my background layer here, I'm going to add on sapphire edge rays. So first thing I'm going to do is duplicate the top layer, the roto layer, and then on that middle layer that I just duplicated, I'll pull up my effects console and add on sapphire edge rays. Now this is a sapphire plugin. If you guys don't have sapphire plugins, you guys can use CC light rays, which is built into After Effects. And to start off, right here is where you can move the center, and I'm gonna go ahead and increase the rays length a bunch, and then I'm gonna set keyframes for center Y. As far as I know, I don't think that there's a way to track this, but it's really easy to just do this really quickly. So what I'm gonna do is Control Shift arrow key over, and that moves over 10 frames. And then I'll just recenter this here. I'm just kind of going for kind of the center of his collarbone right there for where I'm tracking this. Control Shift arrow key, repeat that process, and then this takes like 5 seconds to do. And if you want to pull up those keyframes, select your layer and click U for used. And then I actually think later in the clip what I'll do is bring the center kind of down here a bit, so we're going to get a bit of movement in there. So basically this is what we have so far. So yeah, not bad, but that's not what we really want. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is select on that edge rays layer and do Control Shift C to pre-compose the layer, and then just make sure that these two are selected and then click OK. Now on the bottom layer, we can add on any displacement mapping effect. So for example, you could use displacement map built into After Effects, and then we can go ahead and name this middle layer, call it edge rays. And then we can set the input on the bottom layer to edge rays, and then we can go ahead and displace this however we want to, and we can get some like kind of cool ripples and warps in there. But in my case, what I'm going to do is I'll use sapphire distort. I think it just looks a bit better. And what I'll do is set the lens input to edge rays, and there we go. That's going to start giving you that effect. And if you increase or decrease the blur lens, that's really what's going to do it for you. I think it looks pretty decent if you leave it at a higher value like that. And then if you bring it all the way down, I think that looks good as well, because it just creates some cool ripples over there and whatnot. Just to save you guys some speed, I'm actually rendering this out in quarter quality instead of full quality. So just always keep that in mind. And if you just double click into your pre-composed layer, you can open that back up. And remember that you guys can actually change the color of the edge rays to whichever color that you want, but I'm just going to leave it at white for now because I think it just kind of matches this clip. And then as well, you can also adjust the brightness intensity. And then on this bottom layer here, one of my favorite things to do is set a keyframe for rotate warp direction, set that at 0, and then over here on the last frame, just have this go through as many rotations as you want. And as you can see here, that's going to add and create like some cool little ripples and changes in there. But last thing that I'm going to do is maybe add on a color grade, add on an adjustment layer on top of everything, and then add on RSMB, which is also a plugin that just adds on motion blur, which is extremely simple. But that really just ties everything together very nicely. And then as well, you can apply the displacement mapping effect to really any layer to get any kind of look. And again, if y'all want to save time while editing, make sure to check out my website. I've spent over a year developing over 20 products that will definitely help you save time, energy, money, and resources. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. God bless you, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.